Hello and welcome back to the channel. Just a quick reaction from me today after the events of last night at the MKM Stadium. And that was a much improved performance from Watford. I've got a smile on my face today, which is certainly a change from recent weeks, especially with everything that's gone on. The results have been very poor. We had the Javi Gracia resignation in there too, and just the ongoing circus around Watford Football Club has drained my energy in the past few weeks. But I was really pleased with what I saw actually yesterday. Yes, we didn't come away with all 3 points, but we certainly had the chances to do so. And if Imran Louza had his shooting boots on, we probably would have walked away with that big fat W. So all in all, really, really pleased. And actually, the most important thing for me yesterday wasn't necessarily the result or even the change in formation. It was the reintegration of players who just weren't given a chance under Javi Gracia. I know Formos Mendy didn't play, but he was on the bench. He's suddenly back in existence. Pat Mendy started the game in that defensive midfield role and he was unbelievable. So pleased to have him in the 11. And Jeremy Petrie in the second half. Oh my God, what a cameo appearance from him. Defensively, he worked really, really hard, and that is what Javi Gracia didn't like about him. And offensively, going forward, his ball carrying and delivery into the box under pressure was exceptional as well. He ultimately set up that massive clear-cut chance for Imran Louza that unfortunately he couldn't stick away. So yeah, really, really pleased with what I saw from Chaz Daniels Hornets. Goslin and Mariappa part of his coaching staff, of course, as well. Where do we go from here? I think it's time to have a conversation about the next head coach appointment. Who will it be? When will that decision get made? For me personally, I don't want to rush into anything. I think we've seen time and time again at Watford that we're world class at sacking managers and terrible at appointing them. As far as I'm concerned, Gino Pozzo could be talking to a random bloke in Azerbaijan or Estonia and they become the next Watford head coach. That seems to be our track record. We bring in people I've never heard of, and then ultimately 2 or 3 months later they end up leaving anyway. So what I don't want us to do is rush into anything rash and appoint someone for the last 16 or 17 games to get us into them player positions. I think what we saw last night from Charlie Daniels was perfectly fine and very impressive, I've got to say. But it is one game. It is one game. It's one 90-minute match of football. The reaction on social media from many Watford fans, in my opinion, has been slightly overboard and over the top. I think everyone needs to take a moment to breathe, have a chill pill, and kind of reassess our situation after Southampton this weekend. I've read and listened to BBC Three Counties Radio and Adam Jury at the Watford Observer. And according to them, it seems like, as it stands, Charlie Daniels will be in charge for that game. Adam Jury said earlier today that he's scheduled to take the press conference later this week. So for me, the sensible thing to do would be just to wait. Don't rush into any appointment. Give it to Charlie Daniels for Southampton. If that goes terribly wrong and we get thumped, then fine, maybe look at other options. But for now, what we saw last night was perfectly fine. 4-3-3. He let our best players express themselves. We looked solid. We looked more stable. We dominated possession on the counter-attacks. We looked really good as well. I'm perfectly fine with where we're at now. I would rather stick with what we've got for the time being than appoint some random guy I've never heard of and he ultimately gets sacked at the end of the season anyway. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Watford at the moment. I don't really have too much energy to commit into another managerial appointment. I think Charlie Daniels, Goslin and Mariappa know the club. They know how we operate. I'm sure they speak to Scott Duxbury on probably a daily basis. So they know what we're about. They know we're a bit of a joke. We're a bit of a circus. And they know kind of all of the niche things we do internally as well. It's a difficult job to take up. I feel like we are kind of back to square one once again. We saw Tom Cleverley in this very situation just a couple of seasons ago before he was appointed as a permanent head coach. And it does just make me wonder, what if we just stuck with Tom in the first place? We've gone through Paolo, we've gone through Javi, and now we're back with 3 lads from the academy who are trying to save our season. If that doesn't show how incompetent our owner is when it comes to appointing head coaches, I don't know what does. So yeah, I'll end it there. Really pleased with the point. An important point as well. Hull City had the chance to really make inroads on them automatic promotion places, and we've kind of halted their progress slightly with that result at the MKM Stadium. So yeah, pleased. Something to build on, of course, ahead of this weekend. And Southampton are certainly a beatable side too. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. Of course, we'll keep you updated with all of the latest Watford news, whether it's transfers, managers, or whatever it may be. You can find us across all social platforms on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube as well. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you again very soon. Bye bye.